Good morning. Good morning and welcome to Unity of Greater Hartford. It's wonderful to be here with all of you. My name is Reverend Christine Boylan, and isn't it a beautiful, sunny, chilly morning? And we all had that extra hour of sleep, unless, of course, you own a dog. Then you didn't get any extra sleep. But we are grateful that you're joining us today in the sanctuary and on Facebook and on the website, on YouTube, and happy to see and be with all of you. And also with us today is our music director, Carolyn Fisher, our worship assistant, Catherine Ewing, our live stream team, which is Jim Mahoney and Marty Espinola and Tony Bensko. Also want to thank our wonderful greeters who I think are still out there, and that's Christine and Julie, and our prayer chaplains today, which are Lynn and Joanne. Also, we've had a coffee barista and some people helping setting up some goodies for us, and that was also Marty and Deborah and Kat, so thank you. And I think we have Maria and Kat handing out some information about our Christmas blessing, which you'll hear more about later. And so they are conspicuously wearing Santa Claus hats. So if you didn't get the information this morning when you came in, you can get it from them afterwards. And that information, of course, is also in our newsletter. And Catherine's going to talk about all of that. So I'm not. Stopping right now. And of course, we're live streaming, so we have a camera and all this equipment. Please ignore the camera and just enjoy yourself while you're here in the sanctuary. Get up, move around, make noise. Thank you, Deborah's here making noise. So make noise, do whatever to enjoy your time here with us. And we've handed out a bulletin when you came in, and so please take that bulletin when you leave the sanctuary today. That bulletin, of course, has information about the service today, and you can go online and get that at unityhartford.org, and you'll be able to follow right along as they were right here with us. And of course, I'm sure everyone remembers that we're not yet singing in the sanctuary, so we're just going to listen to Carolyn sing, but of course, we're going to clap and stomp our feet, and we're going to make noise because we all have our percussion instruments with us today. And so let's together affirm what we know about unity, and that is on our bulletin. So please join me in our welcoming affirmation this morning. So together, let's say that. Unity is a positive path for spiritual living. And of course, here at Unity, we welcome, value, and include all people. So welcome again to all of you this morning, those in the sanctuary, those watching online or YouTube or Facebook. But if you're watching on Facebook, you have a job to do. Sorry. And your job is to let yourself be known. Say hello. Greet each other on Facebook. Send up those emojis. I love to see them even when I go back later and look at it. So please participate. And if you're joining us for the first time, and that might be online, just send us an email and let us know that you'd like to get the information package about Unity. It'll tell you a bit about this Unity Spiritual Center as well as Unity National. And you're just going to send us an email to officemgr@unityhartford.org. Make sure that you include your address, and then our office manager, Tony, will put your information package in the mail, and you'll know a little bit more about Unity and this church in particular. And a lot of information about what's happening is on our newsletter, which is emailed. If you're not getting the electronic newsletter, there is a blue form in the back. Please just fill out that form and put it through the slot in my office door. If you're online, that'll be hard then to do that. So what you want to do is send an email to Tony at officemgr@unityhartford.org and say, I want to get the weekly newsletter. And she'll put you on the list, and you'll be able to be in the know about everything that's happening. And one of the things that is happening is our monthly affirmation. Every month we have a affirmation, we create an affirmation that goes along with one of the 12 powers. And the month of November, our 12th power is the power of elimination, release, letting go. And so our affirmation is going to deal with that. And what we would hope that you will join with us in using this affirmation in your daily prayer practice so that you can have a deeper understanding of the 12 powers, and guess what? A deeper understanding of your powers, of your spiritual powers. So this month, as I said, we're dealing with the power of elimination or release, and it's the ability to let go. It's about spiritual cleansing, renunciation, repentance. And the disciple is Thaddeus. That's who metaphysically represents this power, because he represents the expulsion, the getting rid of negative thinking. And the corresponding color is amber, and the location, all the 12 powers. Charles Fillmore wanted us to really feel these powers and really understand that they work in through us into expression. And so he put them in metaphysically where he thought they best represented that power within our physical body. And so the location is in the abdominal region. I'm going to say the affirmation. You have it on your bulletin today. You have it also on the bulletin that's online. I'm going to say it once, and then I'm going to ask all of us to say it out loud together. Okay? So our affirmation is, I release anything and everything that no longer serves my unfolding good. All right? So let's say that together. Together. I release anything and everything that no longer serves my unfolding good. And so we ask you to use this affirmation in your daily prayer practice for this month. And we're going to take this affirmation right now and bring it into our opening prayer. Okay? I release anything and everything that no longer serves my unfolding good. So we just take a moment to breathe, and we bring this into a time of prayer. Today we pray. We pray claiming our ability to let go, to release. We are no longer in bondage to past thoughts, ideas, experiences. No, we have the power to let go, to release. And so I affirm and claim that I release anything and everything that no longer serves my unfolding good. And as I embrace this affirmation, this truth, I also embrace the truth that I am always moving forward. I am always moving towards my good. That the universe is guiding me, drawing me, leading me, always to my good. And so I know, deep down I know, that as I release anything that no longer serves me, that it's just another step towards my highest good. And so we hold on to this truth and just feel it within you in just a short moment of silence. Let's just be with it for a moment in the silence. I release anything and everything that no longer serves my highest good, my unfolding good. And for this understanding, for this knowing, right down to my toes, I say thank you. Thank you, sweet Spirit. And so it is. Amen. Yeah. So, Catherine. Oh, you look adorable. Come on up.
There's a lot going on up here between the...
This is Catherine's first time playing with the microphone also.
Yeah, with this one. Good morning, everyone. Oh, the light is bright as well. So let's take some time to talk about what's going on here at Unity of Greater Hartford. I understand that while I was spending some time with my son in Asheville last week, you guys were all hooting and hollering here for Halloween. A lot of people came in costume. Apparently there was a lot of candy being shared. There might even be some leftovers today for those of you whose sweet tooth was a little activated last week and is still craving some of that sugar. And I see Bigfoot, the winner of the Halloween contest, has just entered the room. Welcome, Liston. And Joanne flew in from Massachusetts. And our flapper, Maria, is here too. So congratulations to the three of you for your creativity and willingness to have some fun. And as you all noticed, or may have noticed when you came in, the Unity Band is in the house today, and that means you'll get to participate in the band with a percussion instrument or a bowl or some bells, whatever you might have with you. If you didn't bring one, you can grab one from the atrium when we have our greeting time. And Carolyn obviously will be the leader of the band this morning, but she'll get some support from Wendy and if there are any other drummers who want to lead the way. Also, the Unity Writers and Voices are going to meet today after service in person in the Fillmore Room. But if you're watching on Zoom, you can also participate on Zoom for the Writers and Voices meeting. So Liston, Bigfoot, you want to just make sure everybody knows who you are? Sorry, I'm just never going to let that go. It just feels appropriate. I don't know. You know, they're all so big and lovable and huggy, and when I think of that, I think of you. Anyway, that's Liston.
So you think Bigfoot is huggy?
Yeah. My version of Bigfoot is huggy, yeah. That's all I'm going to say about that. And as we know, because some of us are already in our Christmas attire, the Christmas season is coming. And this year, the Christmas Gift Committee has settled on two different opportunities for Unity to be a Christmas blessing. So the two organizations that we're going to be supporting this year are Hartford Interval House and Manchester Area Conference of Churches. And I'll tell you a little bit about each of those in a moment. There are information flyers out in the atrium if you want to, specifically on Interval House. I don't know that we have anything on MAC, but we've been working with them for many years. So just so you have some idea of who we're supporting, Interval House is actually the largest agency in Connecticut that's dedicated to ending domestic violence. It's part of a whole consortium, the Connecticut Coalition Against Domestic Violence. It's one of the 9 different shelters in the state. But it provides a lot of services beyond shelter. It does a lot of education, outreach, child care, it has court advocates, helps women who are going to court around domestic violence or intimate partner abuse. So they offer support to about 6,500 victims of domestic violence a year in 24 cities and towns that surround the Greater Hartford, that make up the Greater Hartford area, both east and west of the river. And they do all of this at no charge to the women and children that they support. So as you might, realize, there's a lot going on. They do get some funding, but anything that people who can contribute privately can offer to them is really greatly appreciated. Last year, Interval House sheltered it says over 222 women and children in their safe house. And I was a volunteer at Interval House for many years, and I know what that's like to bring women and children into the shelter. I also worked in their child care, their outreach, and on their board. So I've seen their operation from a lot of different perspectives, and it's really a marvelous organization. 7,665 bed nights were given to those seeking a place to rest and recover from domestic violence and partner abuse. So your gift cards will certainly help them to secure, because when they come in with very little. They're really often leaving their homes, you know, in the middle of the night or a difficult situation, and sometimes all they have with them, if they can gather their birth certificates and you know, other critical items and get out to a safe place so that Interval House can arrange for their transportation. So anything that we can offer to them is greatly appreciated. We've set a goal this year. It's kind of an odd number, but it's a little more than last year, and so we're moving up. A goal of 79 gift cards for Interval House. And just as last year, when we were doing this for Covenant to Care, the gift cards can be from places that are really, you know, functional for people. They can be Visa cards, any fast food, Dunkin' Donuts, whatever, Target, Walmart, grocery stores, Amazon, anything that will allow, particularly the women and the mothers, to shop for their families and children. The recommendation is for a $20 gift card, but certainly you can buy as many $20 gift cards as you'd like, or if you want to supplement with smaller gift cards, certainly everything is really appreciated. So while we have set a goal of a number of cards at 79, we have not set a dollar amount. So obviously, the higher the amount on the gift card, the higher the total amount of giving that we will be able to provide to Interval House. There are some flyers and information. This one's in English and Spanish. This one, I think, just English, but you can grab them from out in the atrium. The other organization that we're going to support again this year is the Hartford Area Conference of Churches, or MAC. You may have heard us refer to them. We've been supporting them for a long time. We used to do the Thanksgiving Day race. We used to volunteer giving out coffee and treats for the runners. But MAC provides food, clothing, and other resources for needy people, again, in sort of the greater Manchester area. And this year, we've chosen, as we have for the last few years, to specifically focus on blessing bags for the seniors. They have lots of other folks who help with, again, families in need, but we've kind of got a soft spot for helping with the seniors. Wendy works with MAC, you know, quite a bit. So our goal for the seniors is to be able to provide 33. We've got sort of all kinds, 222, 33. We've got a numerology going on here. Anyway, I digress. So in addition to $5 gift cards, because that's what we're looking for the senior bags, also any gender-free personal care items. There are lots of ideas in the flyer out there, and these can easily be picked up at the dollar store or Dollar General, wherever you might happen to be. But again, just remember gender-free, so they can, you know, just hand the bags out to whoever is in need and not be worried about whether it's gender appropriate. So we have just about a month. Our deadline for all of the donations is Sunday, December 5th, because we want to obviously get them to the organization so they can get them out to their folks. So start purchasing now. Bring your gift cards in, and you know, you can pick up one a week for 4 weeks. Wouldn't that be awesome? And but bring them in no later than December 5th. Today, we're just going to give them to Tony. We'll have some kind of something set up moving forward, but for today, Tony will just be happy to take the cards from you. Thanks, Deb. Okay, so moving on from our holiday giving. Yesterday, there was a 3-class series, Let Your Light Shine, that started. It's a lesson through Lessons in Truth. There are 2 more classes, so you can still register for those 2 remaining classes to join either in person or through Zoom. I want to keep saying Zumba this morning. I was looking at dance classes online. You're saying Zumba on the brain. We're not going to be doing Zumba, but you can, although that might be fun. No. Okay, the chief says no, we're not doing Zumba. But you can join through Zoom. The next 2 classes will be on Saturday, November 13th and 20th. Yeah, November 13th and 20th from 9:30 to 11. You do have to pre-register online through the website donate button. The fee is $10 for all 3 classes, right? And it will be $10 even if you just sign up for the next 2. And Reverend Christine will also be holding a Tuesday afternoon Zoom, although this could be a fun Zumba class, on Jesus' teachings in the Bible. Sorry. A Zoom class on Jesus' teachings in the Bible, November 16th, 23rd, and 30th from 1 to 4:30 p.m. Again, those are Tuesday afternoons. The fee for the series of 3 classes is $45, and also you need to register through the website for that. There are flyers in the atrium for all of that information, if that was a little much to take in, and it's also in our newsletter. So how many of you like having greeting time back? Yay, we introduced greeting time. Come on. Let's get a little excitement. I know I was happy to see it come back. It's one of my favorite things. So this, obviously, greeting time allows you to leave your seat individually, welcome others with a little heart or a little, still if you want to create some space, a little hand tag, elbow, whatever that is. Or if people are open and inviting, a hug. It's a wonderful and tangible way to remind ourselves that we are a unity community of loving, like-minded people. But there are some ground rules that we have in place so that everybody feels comfortable and safe. So please don't come forward to Marty or Carolyn or up onto the platform. If we want to come down to you, we will go ahead and do that. I'm not sure with all the apparatus, that's including a mask, that's going to work today. But if you are not comfortable getting up, moving around, hugging, please just stay in your seat. And for the rest of us, please honor someone's decision to stay in their seat. Don't necessarily approach them. Again, you can always send them a little heart or even a little kiss. Or a little namaste, but just honor people's decisions to stay seated. And for everyone else, again, just honor the person you're greeting. Just sort of communicate however, whether they're comfortable hugging or, how you want to connect with each other. Please ask before you hug. If you're home, you can still join us in greeting. If there are obviously people in your space, or even little 4-legged ones in your space, you can certainly greet them, thank them for their love, their energy, and their presence. And now Carolyn's going to play some soft music while we circulate and greet each other, and then I will call you back to your seats in a little bit. Don't make me call you by name. Oh, yes. All right. Well, that was lovely. We're just all such natural huggers here. All right. So I think we're ready for our opening song. Carolyn, what's that going to be today?
Right on. So the opening song today is Best Day Yet by Faith Rivera. And Wendy has graciously agreed to help us just set that beat, but get your things ready and just do what feels right. Okay? Here you go. I am feeling good, I am feeling fresh, I am feeling new, this is the best. I am staying true, not settling for less. I am breaking through, this is the best day. Gonna tell no lies, I won't even try to contain it. What I feel, it is real, it's bigger than me. No, I can't ignore that my life is more satisfying. From inside, can't hide this light that is burning. Just a tiny ember spark, this change in my life. I fan the flames every day, dreaming dreams in my mind. I am feeling good, I am feeling fresh, I am feeling new, this is the best. I am staying true, not settling for less. I am breaking through, this is the best day. I am floating free, life can carry me gently forward to the next perfect step. No rush and no hurry. I am happy here, where the sky is clear. Just be now, in the flow, letting go. I am milking this moment. It's the perfect time for my star to rise again and again. Stop asking how, give myself to the now and let love in. I am feeling good, I am feeling fresh, I am feeling new, this is the best. I am staying true, not settling for less. I am breaking through, this is the best day. We were born to keep on dreaming, wanting, growing, launching, singing, rising. I am feeling good, I am feeling fresh, I am feeling new, this is the best. I am staying true, not settling for less. I am breaking through, this is the best day yet. I think we're working well together. I love this. I love this. Thank you.
All right. Well, that was awesome. Thanks, Carolyn. So now we're going to move into our statement of faith. And would you please say the statement of faith along with me together? There is only one presence and one power, active as the universe and as my life, God the good, omnipotence. Amen. And today's daily word is divine order. I live in harmony with divine order. Life is in constant motion. even if that motion is imperceptible to me. When I feel stuck in place or impatient with my progress, I consider the gradual yet orderly pattern of the seasons as they change. The single golden leaf I notice one day will become part of a blaze of color just a few weeks later. The brisk chill in the morning air will soon lead to biting cold and snow. The first tender seedlings of spring will bring bright blooms and a verdant canopy, followed by the long, sultry days of summer. Little by little, one season turns into the next. My growth and understanding may happen in much the same way. Even if I don't notice changes day to day, my life is always in motion and in order. You see that faith was active among his works, and faith was brought to completion by the works. James chapter 2, verse 22. Again, I live in harmony with divine order, and so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Catherine. And so now we have a wonderful opportunity for you. Yes. There is a divine law that is the law of giving and receiving. Yeah. And the law states that as you give, you shall receive. Now, not necessarily from the same place, the same person, the same situation to which you give. Because none of us, of course, want to limit the universe or God's way of giving. So we are open and receptive to receiving our good in however it shows up, wherever it shows up, right? But the law is giving and receiving. It's not receiving and giving. It's giving and receiving. So I'm giving you this opportunity to give with a joyful heart, to give lovingly, joyfully and lovingly. And so I hope you will take this opportunity to give. And so let's do that now. We're going to decide that you're going to give in a very tangible way. You know, if you're in the sanctuary today, you can give by check or cash and just put it in the giving box in the middle of the atrium. If you're online or you wish to give by credit card, you can do that online through the website. Just hit that donate button. But I'm also going to encourage you to give in an intangible way. To give of something from your heart, not just from your wallet, as another way to remind you that giving, the best way to give is to give joyously and lovingly. So think of something that you would like to give today. Give from your heart. Perhaps it is joy, perhaps it is order, perhaps it is harmony, and perhaps it is love. Whatever that is, hold that in your heart as another way to give today. So holding our tangible giving and our intangible giving today, join with me in saying out loud our offering blessing together. Divine love flowing as me blesses and multiplies all that I am and have, all that I give and receive. And so it is. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. So today we continue with spiritual economics. What an adventure this has been. And we come to issues dealing with security and money in chapters 8 and 9. These are two very powerful chapters, and they really dovetail each other. So I'm going to be weaving them in and through each other today as I talk. But first I want to know, how'd you do with your homework, with your suggestions from Reverend Butterworth? I wonder, did anyone or anything irritate you this week? Oh, come on. There's plenty that irritated me. So anybody, like, come on, raise your hand. Anybody anybody irritated by anything or anybody? Okay, there's a few honest people. Good. Well, did you remember to get busy purling? Remember that? Purling. Reverend Butterworth wrote about how the pearl comes into existence. This gem comes about from an irritation that an oyster experiences. The oyster turns the irritation in his shell into a pearl, a gem of great value. The oyster doesn't deny or pretend the irritation isn't happening, but instead positively decides to rework the irritation into a project, into a pearl, a real gem. How about you? Yeah, you can do this also. So I trust that something will irritate you this week. I'm not wishing that on you, but it's just kind of life. You know, something is going to irritate you. Somebody is going to irritate you. Get busy purling this week. All right? So I see that happening for you. All right. Now on to security and money. Oof. And as I read these two chapters, all kinds of issues came up for me. Is it possible to really feel secure in a world that is always changing, always irritating? If I had lots and lots of money, would I then feel secure? Or if I had no money, would that then help me feel secure? What is security? And really, what is money? And so maybe that's the place to start. What's security? Certainly at one point in my life, I did think that money, investments, a good paying job, a retirement account, a husband, a house, were all signs of security. And there's nothing wrong with all these things, but are they security? At one time, I had all of these, and yet I didn't feel all that secure. And now I don't have many of these things, but somehow I feel more secure. How is that possible? Why? Reverend Butterworth tells us to look to our intention. In order to feel secure, am I creating barriers, defenses, my own imprisonment? Is my safety and security a top or overriding priority? Is it above all else? What am I sacrificing? He quotes a Unity professor in this way. It may be that any view of life that puts security rather than creativity first has misread life at its best, and thus misinterpreted the cosmic process of life. You see, life is for expressing growth and expansion. When your drive, your goal of being safe and secure in your life is your only and overriding concern, then there's a really good chance that you may be stifling your personal growth and spiritual development. And yet I know that I have insurance for my car and for my place of residence. I also have health insurance and a retirement account. Should I not have these? I mean, if I place my faith in God, if I truly believed, maybe yes, maybe no. And just maybe I do believe and yet help my unbelief. Maybe I'm growing, but not yet resurrected. We are advised to get in touch with our motivations and our feelings. If we are motivated by fear and worry, then yes, we need to step up our awareness. We perhaps should increase our denials and affirmative prayers and keep our insurance policies. Remember, energy flows where our consciousness goes. So the conditions that we fear and dwell on just might happen. It is a universal law that thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. Some of you might have heard that before. So this is a time of honesty, not a time for magical thinking or trying to appear more spiritually advanced than where you really are. It's a time to stop posturing and get real. If I do have any fear or worry, then certainly I can work on releasing those negative and limiting thoughts, ideas. And yet this is not the time to get rid of my insurance or health policies or investments, but yet a time to see them rightly. It is the time to listen to my consciousness and my needs, and not just my spiritual ideals. You see, there really is no insurance policy in the world that can fully protect you. And of course, I'm saying this in what, I don't know if it still is, but at least at one time was the insurance capital of the world, right? Connecticut, Hartford, right? So insurance policies and savings are wise and prudent ideas, and I'm sure anyone who works for insurance companies would say that, yeah, that's true. They're wise and prudent ideas. We live in a world where the law even requires some insurance, and our lifestyles may also require it. Instead of seeing your insurance and savings, though, as a bulletproof security defense system, let's see it more as evidence of your wisdom and good planning. When I was married, I originally scoffed at life insurance. Really? I'm going to have life insurance? You know, I'm not dying for a long time. But then I realized that life insurance was another way to tell my husband that I loved him. So I purchased life insurance. The author talks about people who refuse surgery or medicine, saying that God will heal them. And instead, he offers this truth: God doesn't heal. God is life. Consciousness heals as we can accept the flow of divine life within us. If you are in fear and worry, anxiety, unforgiveness, anger, well, you just might not be open to accepting the flow of divine life. Now, for some of you, Eric Butterworth's proclamation that God does not heal may be a radical viewpoint, and perhaps a difficult one. But God doesn't heal. My consciousness allows me to heal or not heal when I am open to divine guidance, when I am open to the life force within me that comes directly from God. Does that mean I don't go to the doctor because I'm open to my life force? No. You're also open to divine guidance. If you're guided to see a doctor, then see a doctor. If you're guided to get some surgery, then get that surgery. Take that medicine. Be open to the life force that's within you and the divine guidance that's within you. We're back to I do believe, help my unbelief. So yes, God is a protective force which is always present and centered in you. But are you centered in God? If you're not centered in God consciousness, or not able to keep centered in God consciousness or oneness, then perhaps you do need insurance. Perhaps you do need medicine. You do need surgery. You do need some other way to keep you safe and healthy. And there is something in here about keeping in God's centeredness. That's a tough thing for us, isn't it? We go, oh, yes, I got it. And then 5 minutes later, we don't got it, right? It's to keep it is the tough part. Well, yesterday in our Lessons in Truth, and these are the wonderful conversations that we have in these classes, so come if you'd like to talk about this stuff. We talked about how we're so aware of our physical and characteristic resemblance to our parents and other family members. You know, oh, that nose is just like Aunt Helen's nose. You know, and oh, you know what? You act just like Uncle Henry. Oh my goodness, he would just love you. You're two peas in a pod. Okay, and we're all aware of that DNA, that physical DNA that's within us. In fact, you know, I just saw a commercial yesterday that you can order a kit and have your own DNA. People are spending $100 for that. Well, you have another DNA in you. You have God DNA in you. That's that Christ within, that God potential. But we don't spend much time thinking about how, you know, I'm just a spitting image of God. But you are. You are. So rather than spending that $100 to find out why you have this nose, okay, instead, take a few minutes and revel in your God DNA and embrace that DNA that tells you that you are God's beautiful, wonderful, complete and whole child. Yes, you have the God DNA right within you. And so with that, we get to listen to our consciousness honestly. Wherever you are is fine. You are God's brilliant, perfect child. Wherever you are right now. And you can listen and then follow courageously. And another thing that you can do is to bless all your financial safeguards. I give thanks to God as the source of my supply, and I bless whatever that may be. I bless my insurance. I bless my retirement. I bless my safeguards, my savings. I bless my job as a channel through which God's source may manifest. That type of blessing certainly seems much more authentic to me. And yet, still, how can I feel safe and secure? Well, it will not come from the outward sources, but rather from our steady striving to know that the divine is our one and only true source and supply, from our embracing our God DNA. Jesus told us to seek first the kingdom. Seek to know God, the allness of true substance. And then out of that awareness, we'll begin to feel secure and safe. And then we'll truly be open and receptive to all that is of God. When I moved away from the area in which I spent the first 62 years of my life to move to Missouri, I had only lived in and around the place where I was born. Well, when I decided to go to Missouri to begin seminary, those people who really knew me were really surprised. I had only ever lived in and around Philadelphia, and now at 62 years old, I was moving. What? They thought I was so courageous, so filled with faith. Boy, were they wrong. Not at all. I was terrified. And yes, I did have faith, but I also had a lack of faith and a lot of fear. So how and why did I do it? Well, certainly this move didn't appear that it was going to create safety and security. It didn't appear that way. But I had learned a while ago to try to do those things that scared me, especially if it was to do something that was a longing in my heart. And going to seminary in Missouri was a longing in my heart. But it was still had to be a choice. I could listen to my fear and decide that I didn't have enough faith to do it. Or I could embrace my fear and just hold it gently as I packed my car and drove to Missouri with my dog and my God to start a new life. I do believe. Help my unbelief. Now, I've said that saying several times today. It comes from a Bible story where a father brings his sick child to Jesus. And Jesus says to the father, "Well, how long has your child been sick?" And the father says, from birth, from childhood. "But if you were able to do anything, have pity on us and help us." And Jesus replied, "Oh no, if you are able, all things can be done for the one who believes." Well, immediately, the father of the child cried out, "I do believe, help my unbelief." And the child was immediately cured. There is a great lesson here. We don't need to complete the journey. We just need to put at least one foot on the path. I didn't need to wait until my fear was gone and I had complete and serene faith in my God. I just needed to take one baby step. And that led to another baby step, and that led to another baby step. And before too long, I was in my car with my sister and my dog driving to Missouri. What a surprise. I do believe, help my unbelief. You know, this story is also like another one we've talked about, the prodigal son. If you remember, the father saw the son from a distance. The son had decided to come to himself and begin the journey home. And the father from a distance saw the son and welcomed him, and all was fine. Your security does not lie in things or other people, but is truly to be found within. It comes into existence as you see yourself as a channel for the flow of infinite mind or God, that you recognize your God DNA, and that God is your only true source of all. This is where your faith needs to be planted. And then get ready for that seed to sprout and grow into a new understanding and feeling of security, of safety. But what about money? What about money? If not to make me feel secure, then why? What is it? Why is it? Well, we all use money every day, right? We certainly need money as a form of exchange. There's no getting around that. But what is it? Well, Reverend Butterworth writes that money is an enabling symbol. An enabling symbol. It is a tangible representation of intangible universal substance which enables me to pay my bills. So money is an enabling symbol. It enables us. It gives rise to faith and trust, to credit and cooperation, which starts a flow of activity. Surprisingly, we are told that money is good, that money is God in action. So money actually represents abundance, and yet many of us see it as a symbol of lack. And when I read that, I started thinking, and I started looking at my conversations with money. And my money conversations go something like this. I might be the only one, maybe. Let me see how much money I have left to pay the bills. Or let me see how much money I have to buy that something. How can I stretch my money? How can I use my leftover money? Okay. I realized that the view of money that I've been entrusted with, that I see it as limited in some way, lacking in some way. Yes, in a very real physical sense, my paycheck equals X amount. But is that the only money? The only channel through which abundance, prosperity can come to me? I remembered the last time I went for an eye exam. And now I have a copay I have to pay, right? So I went, at the end of it, I went to give my copay. And they said, oh, no. The health insurance that you have, they're giving you a gift of a free appointment this month. So should I say, oh, no. The only way that money or anything can come to me is through my paycheck. I can't accept that. Oh, no. Bring it on, yes. So, but is that the only time I can be open? I can be receptive? I am willing to receive, and I am open to be my bills being handled differently. Well, how about you? If anybody has a dollar bill or any bills with them this morning, take it out and just take a look at it. Yes, you're going to, whether it's a 1, a 10, a 20, I don't know, $100 bill. So take it out and look at it. You'll see that there are denominations, right? It'll say 1, it'll say 5, it'll say 10, it'll say 20, right? But is that the only thing it says? No. If you look on at least one side, it says, in God we trust. Thank you, Jerry. In God we trust. I place my faith in God. So the number may seem to describe a limit, but the affirmation points us to limitlessness, a symbol of God's substance. So this week, whenever you spend money or receive it, whether holding the paper or the coin in your hand or holding in your mind as you give or receive online, bless your money. Bless it. And see it as a symbol of God's substance. Perhaps even a blessing like this, and we'll put it in the newsletter. I bless this money. This currency is a current of God's substance moving in the universe. I give thanks for this symbol of limitless prosperity, for it comes to me to bless me. And it goes from me to bless the world. And I know that it will in all ways find a way back to me. There is no lack or depletion, only an increase as it continues to flow through me into the world. You see, we don't need more money. we need more faith. And just maybe one tiny, bitty baby step. I do believe. Help my unbelief. This week, bless all the money you encounter as it comes to you and as it goes into the world, and experience a flow of safety and security, and above all, an abundance of faith. Namaste.
Thank you. Back to me. And as I look at the prayer for protection, which is what we're going to say next, it feels like a perfect follow-up to Reverend Christine's talk, because here we're going to not only claim, but proclaim our divine, Christed God DNA. So please join me in our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am.
It doesn't sound like you got your hearts in this. So let's try it again.
Take it from the top.
So let's try it again. A little more oomph. Go, Catherine.
Yes.
You've got it.
And remember, you are claiming your God DNA. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you. And now Carolyn will sing the Unity Peace Song as we listen, and then be followed by the Gandhi blessing.
Thank you. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Okay, applause for that. We did good. Thank you, Carolyn. And so now we come to our the Gandhi blessing, and it's meant to be a call and response, and of course we're going to do that today. But it's also yet another opportunity for you to let your heart shine, let your truth shine to each other. So if you're comfortable, stand up, and as we say the words that you're going to repeat after me, so you don't need to look at anything, you just need to repeat what I say. You can give that message to everybody here in the sanctuary, and and I'll give it to everybody online. So let's give that blessing right now. I offer you peace. I offer you peace. I offer you love. I offer you friendship. I see your beauty. I hear your needs. Our wisdom flows from the highest source. And I salute that source in you. Woohoo! Thank you all for sharing your love with each other. And thank you to all our prayer chaplains today. I know that whether they're here or online, that they're holding us in sacred space in prayer. And our prayer chaplains, Lynn and Joanne, if you would stand up today, they're in the sanctuary, and they will remain in the sanctuary after the service to pray one-on-one with you. And you'll say, oh, well, how do I do that? It's real easy. You just go up to one of them and say, would you pray with me? And they'll take it from there. So thank you, Joanne and Lynn. Please take a seat. You may also submit your prayer in writing. You have in the sanctuary, there is a prayer card in the pew right in front of you. Just fill that out. The prayer box is in the back of the sanctuary. Just put that right in the prayer box. And of course, if you're not here in the sanctuary, a simple email. And you're going to send that email to prayerrequest@unityhartford.org. And the prayer chaplains will be happy to pray with you. They'll hold your request in confidence and hold you in prayer for 30 days. And then after that, we'll send it on to Silent Unity, where you'll again be held in prayer for 30 days. Is somebody trying to tell me something? I keep hearing a shaker. Okay, that's fine. Not a problem. Well, in addition to the rattlesnake, there were many that helped with today's service. And so thank you to all of you, including the Unity Band, for helping with today's service. And of course, the Unity Band is always here on the first Sunday of the month. So when is it going to happen? It's going to happen at Love. First Sunday of the month, right. And so you're welcome to bring your own instruments in, percussion instruments, but also know that we have them here, and we're happy to have you use them while you're here. I also want to thank our wonderful worship assistant, Catherine Ewing, our live stream team, Jim Mahoney, Marty Espinola, and Tony Bensko, our greeters, Christine and Julie, our coffee baristas, that was Marty, Kat, and Deborah. And if you would like to be a part of any of this, all you need to do is just let us know. Send me an email, revchris@unityhartford.org, and we'll find a way for you to be involved. Now, if you go, well, I don't know if I want to do that and make a big commitment. Well, now that it's a bit chilly out, I know that's a surprise to everybody, but since it's a bit chilly out, you're able to come into the church building starting at 9:30. So if you would like to bring with you a store-bought snack, something that you purchased at the store, donuts, anything like that, anything at all, donuts, anything, donuts, please feel free to stop at Dunkin' Donuts and pick something up, just saying. And I like donuts. Yeah. or celery. Yes, celery, that would be good too. And bringing them in the community room so that everyone can enjoy them after. That's an easy way to just participate, to give of your substance, and to know that everyone would be happy to receive something like donuts. So, and of course, many, many thanks to our wonderful music director, Carolyn. And we're going to bring that over to Carolyn right now. So, Carolyn, what is our closing song? And is Wendy going to come up and lead us again?
I think so.
Come on, Wendy. Come on up with your drum. And
directly behind.
So, Carolyn, what's our closing song today?
Well, this is a song that we've had on the list for a while, but it really works for today. It's called Change, and it's by Tracy Chapman. And so I think together we'll just kind of set the beat first. It's going to go like this. And it'll stay like this the whole time. how fancy I get, it'll just go like this. If you knew that you would die today and you saw the face of God and love, would you change? Maybe a little faster. Would you change? If you knew that love can break your heart when you're down so low you cannot fall, would you change? Would you change? How good, how bad does it need to get? How many losses? How much regret? What chain reaction will cause an effect? Makes you turn around, makes you try to explain, makes you forgive and forget, makes you change. Makes you change. If you knew that you would be alone, knowing right but being wrong, would you change? Would you change? That you could find a truth that brings the pain that can be soothed, would you change? Would you change? How bad, how good does it need to get? How many losses? How much regret? What chain reaction would cause an effect? Makes you turn around, makes you try to explain, makes you forgive and forget, makes you change. Are you so uptight you can't be bent if it comes to blows? Are you so sure you won't be crawling? If not for the good, why risk falling? Why risk falling? If everything you think you know makes your life unbearable, would you change? Would you change? If you've broken every rule and vow, and hard times come to bring you down, would you change? Would you change? If you knew that you would die today, if you saw the face of God and love, would you change? Would you change? Would you change? Would you change? that togetherness when we're just like building that stuff up at the end. Anyhow, thank you so much for joining us today, both here in person and online, and raising the energy with me. And don't forget to come back and join us for Wednesday night meditation service. You can come here in the sanctuary starting at 6:30, or we'll see you on Facebook at 7. And we look forward to seeing you then. Thank you.